Growing up in the jungle, we had to learn to rumble while walking on glass, being humble, told not to fumble. But being black, our only destiny is finding trouble by working minimum wage, trying not to struggle. We gotta find a better way, we gotta find a hustle, and push away ain't the only way to gain the muscle. Innovate and create so you can elevate. Just know that when you make it to the top, they gon' hate. Good day, everybody. It's your boy Emilio the Dawn reporting live from the man cave. And today I just want to thank God for giving me another day to overcome my battles, overcome my depressions, my anxiety, my distress, and the things I've been dealing with for the last couple of months. I'm going to be honest, 2020 is something that we never seen before. When I speak to my grandmother, when I speak to my mother, when I speak to my other family members, this is a time that a lot of people never seen before. We may have seen something similar to this pandemic in the past, but this by far is one of the worst situations and scenarios of all time. We are 9 months now going on a lockdown when this was supposed to only last for about 2 weeks. And when it first started, I already knew this was going to become the new order and the new way of life for us. You know, it only takes about 90 days for something to become a pattern or a repetitive daily action for you to study something if you consistently do it over the course of a 3-month period, right? So now that this is a way that we have to adapt, I sit back and I just understand how they marginalize this vaccine and how they distinctively spread it out throughout communities and how it affects different people. And I sit here and I think, damn, in 2020, you know, times is real hard and it's different for me as a black man, as a minority, just trying to do the right thing in the professional America. You know, I watch the news and I see the White House. It's like we got Bloods and Crips in the White House, you know what I mean? We got the Republicans versus the Democrats. Nobody want to leave office. Biden's supposed to take over. Trump is not giving up. But then you got the streets where you got the Bloods and the Crips. They like, all right, we get to this bag, but we're going to go corporate now. We're going to start these businesses, you know what I mean? And that's my own analogy on things of like how 2020 seems to me. You know, everything is just changing. Everything is scrambling. But with that being said, only the strong will survive. Only those who have the ability to get in tune with their intuition, get in tune with their spiritual being, and get in tune with their higher power will have the ability to survive. And how do I know that? Because I've personally been experiencing it. The reason why I say that is because the first time when lockdown happened in March, I was laid off. Immediately, you know, after the first 2 weeks of going through stress and depression, I got back on my feet, started reading the Bible, started studying the Bible, started pushing the podcast, you know what I mean? Just started chasing my personal training dreams. And then I was rehired back in June, and I was disappointed, but at the same time I was happy because I had some type of security, right? And then fast forward to 90 days into the business, I'm busting my tail, I'm growing my location, we topping the region, and then just like that, on October 1st, I was let go at the end of my shift again. So for the last 2 months, I had struggled with the fact of not wanting to go back to corporate America and trying to be an entrepreneur and doing the best thing that I can do for me in order to build my foundation and my generational wealth. With that being said, will I go back to work? Yes, I will. I'm not going to turn my back on my degree or my foundation, my resume, and the experience that I built up to this day. But if there's one thing that I asked God and He gave me, I asked God to give me an opportunity to show me the way how I could do something for myself. To give me the ability to believe in my dreams and my passion of how I could make a way for myself. And within 7 days of me asking Him for that, I was let go of my job. You know, sometimes they say, be careful what you dream of, right? Be careful what you ask for, because it's exactly what you're going to get. Since then, I have learned that 2020 is a year to be uncomfortable. 2020 is the year to do exactly what you always been scared of doing, or always had in your mind that you wanted to achieve, but you were always fearful of that thought, so you never did it. This is the year to do that, and I'm starting to understand that. You see, I hit a breakthrough when I started
personal training. I started to build my clientele. I hit a breakthrough when I started networking and doing the after school program for the kids in the football program. I hit a breakthrough when I started doing my podcast, and I had people reaching out to me and just telling me how my words supported them and affected them in a positive manner. So throughout all of that and all those experiences, I was able to identify my true value and what I bring to this world, right? What's my motive? Throughout my young life, I always thought life was all about getting fly, fucking females, getting money, and just looking fly, fucking females. Like, that's what life was all about for me throughout my younger days, you know what I mean? And I strived to get the bag. I strived to look the flyest so I could have any female that I want. And when you get to a certain point in your life, you start to understand, you start to realize, like, yo, this is all poison. I'm just killing myself to get to the bag, taking any opportunity, any job where I'm not even building up my own passion, my own vision, and my own dream of myself. So these are just wasted years, and I don't really want to say wasted because I gained so much knowledge and power throughout those years, but at the end of the day, they were not going towards building Joel up to be the ultimate person so he can survive without those entities and those businesses, right? 2020 has also showed me that in a time when you have nothing, in a time when you're down on your last, who's going to be there for you? Who's going to open up a way? Who's going to support you? Who's going to get you back on your feet? Nobody. And through it all, I'm still here smiling. I'm still here gold tooth shining. I'm still here a better man today. I mean, everything that I've been through so far, I can only smile because I know 2021 I'm going up. It's the fourth quarter and I'm still standing. I ain't give up yet, and I'm not going to give up. You know what I mean? I've been fighting all my life. I've been a fighter. That's all I know how to do is fight. I'm sorry. Sometimes I apologize for my aggression, but my aggression is just passion. You know what I mean? See, man cave is the power in our minds only we can feel and understand. And there's so much power in my mind. There's so much power in all of our minds. But we just got to ensure that we putting that power towards the right direction and ensuring that all of our keys and our tools are aligned with the goals that we really want so we could really reap the benefits. Something else 2020 has shown me is that so many entrepreneurs, so many young entrepreneurs of minority descent, black, Spanish people are coming together building businesses. I'm so proud, to see my friends really take on this mentality and this character of being book and street smart. Taking what you learn from the streets and applying it to the book to actually gain this generational wealth. You see, what I'm aiming for in life and what I'm going for in life is coded. It's encrypted. It's a sign language. You see, the higher power, the 1%, they operate under a different type of curriculum and a different type of character and understanding. And when you get into corporate America, when you get into the business world, you start to understand and you start to identify those hidden scriptures and those codes and those encrypted lessons. You know what I mean? My first experience graduating out of college with a 3.0 GPA. 3.0 GPA. Excited, just won a championship. I dressed up in a 3-piece suit looking fresh as hell. Go to Enterprise. Passed all 3 interviews. I got to the last interview with the vice president. They told me because I have a gold tooth, they could not hire me. And she points to a man on the wall and says, I need to look like this man in order to get this job. The man on the wall was white, slick back hair. No tattoos, nothing. Clean face. 3-piece suit on. Mind you, the first 3 interviews, all they seen was a black man with a 3-piece suit. The last interview, I was too perfect. She had to find something to say I wasn't good enough, so she blamed it on my gold tooth. Right then and there, I had a choice. Take out my gold tooth because it's permanent. It's a part of my culture. I am a Panamanian. This is a Panamanian descent. It's not just something I do for fashion. All my uncles, my brothers have gold tooth because it's a part of our family culture. I will get into that deeper later on. And I told myself, Joel, if you take out your gold tooth, they're gonna find something tomorrow and say you're not good enough. So I decided to keep my gold tooth and pursue another job, pursue another career path, pursue another company that will accept me and look at me for who I am and what I bring to the table, and not try to find excuses of why I am not good enough. And since then, man, I've had the opportunity to be accepted by different people, white people, black people, Spanish people, my own people. I have the opportunity to be denied and turned against by my own people. But through all that, I'm still here. I'm still fighting. And I'm still standing true to myself. You know what I mean? If anything 2020 taught me, it's all about being able to get back up when you're down. It's all about being able to stay true to yourself. Because at the end of the day, when this shit is all said and done, that's all you got is yourself. You know, and that's my focus right now. You know, it's building up myself, building up my business, branding myself, so that tomorrow, even if I don't get the business booming, but when my kids hit this earth, they already have the platform and the blueprint. All they got to do is finish it. You see, it's not where you start. It's all about where you finish. I don't watch no face. I don't envy no man. I don't do none of that. I put my work in, day out. I grind. I write down my goals. I achieve them and I chase them. I go through hell. And I come back from it. I go through anxiety, depression, stress, just like everybody else. It's because I'm a competitor. I compete for mine. I grind for mine, and I ain't gonna let nobody take it away from me. You hear what I'm saying? So, even though we're going through COVID-19 and they saying the numbers is going up and the vaccines is being created and man, all types of crazy shit going on right now. Only thing I could tell y'all, man, is double down on y'all blessings, focus up, and get right. So that when things do open up and get back to some type of normal or the new normal, like everybody's been saying, you already have your foundation and your platform so you can just take off. You know? So when they say, man, if you stay ready, you never got to get ready, you heard? And it's your boy Emilio, the Dawn Report live from the Man Cave. Remember, man, each one teach one. This is all about uplifting. I don't care if you're white, black, Mexican. Tune in, follow me, check out my YouTube channel. If you need a Man Cave t-shirt, the power in our minds only we can feel and understand, hit me up. I got more hoodies coming through. I got some winter apparel coming through. Man Cave, you know what I mean? It's your boy Emilio, the Dawn Report live, man. Shout out to all my family members, my fiance, all my loved ones, all my mans and my homeboys back in Brooklyn. Yo, happy B-Day to my boy D-Rock, you know what I mean, the real one, A1. And let's just keep doing our thing, man. It's the fourth quarter. Keep grinding. Let's go. We're going up 2021.